Alrighty guys, hope y'all having a fantastic day. My name is just Sean. Welcome back to Batman Arkham City. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I probably finished this game already by now. And you would be right. But today I decided to make a very special video to go through all of the suits that are available in the game. Go ahead and make a quick ranking from the worst to the best. So if you didn't already know, with the Return to Arkham bundle, you get all, I think that's 8 extra suits in the game. So you get obviously the default Batman, you get animated Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, Year 1, Earth 1, Sinestro Corps, Batman Inc., 1970s version, the blue, yellow, gray design, and of course, last but not least, the Batman Beyond uh, kind of inspired look. I'm not gonna say like actual suit, but it's inspired by the Batman Beyond suit from the show. So of course, I guess without further delay, let's get started with the first suit. So at number 9, we have the Year 1 suit. Now, the reason this is the lowest of out of all the other suits in the game is because to me, this suit is just boring. It's just really plain and simple and nothing like really unique about it. It's just the normal gray design with a younger like face for Bruce Wayne with like the white eyes. The white eyes are a pretty cool touch, I will say. But aside from that, just the suit as a whole is just incredibly boring to look at, and there's nothing really special about it, which is why I never really use this and usually look to other designs to like if I want a free roam or something, do it with other designs that look a lot nicer than this design, that are a lot more unique than this design. Next up, we have the 70s Batsuit. And this, I honestly would have put in last place if it wasn't for how I see this design, like, or how important this design is to me personally. So, growing up, I used to watch the Batman Brave and the Bold um, cartoon, and that was a pretty entertaining show back in the day. And this was obviously the suit that inspired the suit that we see in the show. And so for that, I give it kind of nostalgia points. But aside from that, like today, when I think of Batman, I think of the darker, like the black, the gray. I don't think of blue, or in this case, the kind of bright blue, the yellow, or any of the other vibrant colors that are in this suit, which is why I think that this suit just looks kind of gross, in my opinion, at this point. But of course, as I said, because of nostalgia, it gets 1 point higher. It gets bumped up 1 spot above the Year 1 Batsuit. In seventh place, we have the Earth 1 Batsuit. And the only real complaint that I have with this design is similar to what I said about the 70s suit. The yellow bat symbol, it has never sat well with me, that idea of having just this bright bat symbol. And of course, the lore kind of explains it because that's meant to trick enemies to shoot at that area, but that's the strongest. Anyway, just from a suit perspective, from a design perspective, it does not look all that good, in my opinion. Any suit that has the yellow bat suit will always look off to me, and I probably won't like it as a result. There probably are some exceptions, like the obviously the '89 Batsuit comes to mind. That one looks pretty awesome, I will say. But as a general rule, a yellow bat symbol doesn't do like good for the suit; just makes it worse, in my personal opinion. And again, a recurring theme. I feel like a broken record at this point. But in sixth place, we have the Batman Incorporated suit. This one, I honestly think that this and the Earth one Batsuit are kind of tied. This one just looks a little cleaner, in my opinion, a lot more polished, I think. Um, but aside from that, the same criticism that I gave for the Earth One Batsuit, I'm going to give to this one. The yellow bat symbol is not a great look, especially compared to some of the newer designs for a batsuit. And yeah, that's basically it. That yellow symbol is just disgusting, in my opinion. And now we've reached the middle of the ranking. I do think I guess technically the middle of the ranking would have been from the Earth 1 Batsuit up to the third place Batsuit. But in fifth place, right in the middle, we have the Batman Returns, or not Batman Returns, the Dark Knight Returns Batsuit. Now, for a lot of people, this might be a controversial opinion, but to me, the way they like try to nail this suit doesn't really work for me. The face, I think, makes Batman look 80 years old, which he is not in the storyline and at any point in the comics, actually. So because of that, it just drives it down. But obviously, you're not going to be looking at Bruce Wayne's face as you're playing with this, which is why I do think that for what you will be looking at, for what you will be seeing as you're playing with this, it works and it's a really good recreation of the Batsuit. Definitely one of the best designs, I think, that they've made in any of the games for any of the Batsuits. In fourth place on my ranking, on my personal ranking, so of course don't start bashing me in the comments about my opinion. This is just an opinion based ranking. So if you guys have a different thought about these Batsuits, let me know down in the comments. But in fourth place, we have the Sinestro Core Batsuit. There are a lot of things that are really good in this Batsuit for something that's sort of an original design because this barely appears in the comics. I think it only appears in like one promotional picture. But for what they did in game, it looks pretty awesome. The Yellow Lantern ring on Batman's finger is an amazing touch. The overall aesthetic of the design with the Sinestro Core logo is pretty awesome. And it does kind of make you think about what if Rocksteady had to make a Green Lantern game or a Sinestro Core game. I think in terms of visuals, that game would have been pretty cool looking. And as is the case with this suit, it is definitely one of the better outfits in the game, that's for sure. And now we finally made it into the top three bat suits. And of course, at number three, we gotta find the default bat suit. This is, of course, as I said with the Sinestro Core design, this is 100% an original design from Rocksteady, and it looks pretty awesome indeed. It is a really good, I guess, mix between the Arkham Asylum batsuit and something new and something fresh that they made for Arkham City. It definitely looks really great indeed when you're using it in game for various situations because it's the default batsuit that you use throughout the majority of your playthrough. This is the suit that you get to use, and it is definitely a pleasure to see, to look at. It is the only batsuit actually that, when enabled, gets battle damaged as you traverse through the world of the game, which is a pretty cool touch. Of course, that is because it is the default batsuit. That's what they expect you to use, and I can definitely appreciate that look. But of course, the clean look, the fresh look, is of course the best design for this suit. Our runner-up for this ranking is the Batman Beyond Batsuit. This is probably my favorite Batsuit from any medium of Batman. It just looks really, really cool. The red and black combination is almost always a really good color combination for a suit. And I think probably what really elevates this suit up, besides, of course, the look, is the fact that they were able to integrate the hidden bat, or I guess it's not really a bat wing, it's a cape. the cape. So, of course, if you didn't know, Batman Beyond does not wear a cape. He has a cape kind of inside the batsuit that comes out for gliding and so on. And it actually does come out when you're doing some combat. So if you're jumping from one enemy to another, they will pop up for a very brief amount of time. So definitely a blink and you'll miss it moment. So hopefully you guys can see it from the gameplay right here. But definitely this suit has been redone, or I guess not redone, but remade to perfection. Of course, they used, I believe, the base of the regular Batsuit for this design, and it turned out pretty awesome indeed. But of course, this ranking could not end with another Batsuit than the Batman animated series Batsuit. This is the best execution of a suit from a different medium. So we've seen redesigns of comic book costumes that Batman has worn. We saw the Batman Beyond redesign, but the animated series is the most well done. I think the best thing about it is the fact that it is cell shaded. The cell shading on any redesign for any game will always look amazing, and it looks amazing in this game as well. And therefore, it just makes the suit look even better. It makes it look even more um, similar to what it's supposed to look, and that is why it gets the top spot. So if you guys enjoyed this ranking and this video, don't forget that the thumbs up button, subscribe for new, and let me know down in the comments what your personal ranking would be, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.